Welcome to the show. It's great to be here, and I've got two fantastic cooks with me this morning. What this man does not know about Indian food really isn't worth knowing about. Saturday Kitchen favourite, Cyrus Todiwala. And a good pal of mine who just happens to run a small empire of restaurants, just one or two. You may have heard of Polpo, Polpetto, Spontino, missed a few out there. It's Russell Norman. Good morning to you both.
Good morning, Angela.
Morning. Fantastic to have you both on the show. And Russell, you're up first.
Great to be here. Yeah, I'm going to celebrate the summer with a lovely dish of John Dory fillets with orange, fine herbs and pink peppercorns. Ooh. And that's accompanied by some courgette shoestring fries.
I bet I get to make those.
You're going to make those.
OK, that's the challenge. Everyone says I can't make a courgette fry, but we're going to do it on live TV. Fabulous. That sounds delicious. Venetian, of course.
Very Venetian, yeah. And, yeah, very of the season as well. And, you know, so the little sort of hint of spice as well to celebrate the fact that it was the gateway to the spice.
Brilliant.
Connection, yeah.
OK, so, Mr Spice Man, do I need a chair? Is this going to take a long time?
Well, it'll take about 5 minutes today? Only, no more.
OK. Tell us what you're cooking.
Well, I'm going to celebrate our lust for sugar and butter, of course. And I thought this time with something unusual, make a spiced pecan pie.
Nice.
So in the pastry, we have cloves and star anise, and in the mixture itself, we have some cinnamon.
Yep.
We're going to serve it with some very nice vanilla ice cream in the end to finish it off. So nice light fish, heavy dessert.
Yeah.
No, sounds delicious.
Sounds good.
It's nice to have a sweet as well, because it's all savoury, so good. They sound delicious. Great sounding dishes, but we've also got plenty from our archive as well. We've got films from Rick Stein, the hair-made vanilla ice cream. Looks delicious. Whoa, Cyrus, Russell are going to go head-to-head in today's Saturday Kitchen omelette challenge. So I've got to say these awful puns. Will Cyrus harness the explosive power of the mighty spice box? Boom, boom. I'll never... will Russell do the elegant cooking style of Russell that day? I'm sorry to do it, guys. Sorry to do it.
It's a new omelette.
So, how are you feeling? You're going to go for it? It's going to be amazing.
I don't know why this is so nerve-wracking.
No, really. You'll be fine. OK, Mr Todiwala, you're up next.
I shall stride along, madam.
How I can help you and what you need me to do.
Since you have lovely butter fingers, you may as well roll the pastry out.
OK,
But what we have here is the ingredients.
Tell us about the dish first. Yeah,
so the pecan pie. So for the pastry, we are not making a sweet crust pastry, we're making a short crust pastry.
Right.
But in the spicing there, I've got a couple of star anise.
Yep.
And a few cloves.
Nice.
So we put that in the flavouring in the dough. And then in the filling itself, we've got some Moscow white soft sugar. We've got some butter. And plenty of butter, unfortunately or fortunately.
You love the butter, though, so
I love my butter, yes.
That's the way it should be. Okay.
Well, butter is good. I mean, if you don't overdo it, eat a bit less. And then, of course, sugar and butter to melt first.
And that's a classic pecan pie sort of recipe with the golden syrup and stuff.
With the golden syrup, yes, and plenty of it in this country too.
Plenty of course, it's ours.
Yeah.
We made it. You can't claim that for India.
Everything learned from
you
India.
Know, for crying out. We know
Where
it's
did
all
sugar
from
come
you.
from? Cane sugar came from India.
Of course, we know that. OK, so what have you been up to? So you're at Taste of London this weekend.
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
Busy, but nice, good fun.
Yeah, and what are you cooking there? What dishes?
Well, one of the fastest selling is kangaroo on the menu.
Kangaroo?
Yeah, we got a kangaroo tikka in a sourdough roll.
And what have you done with the kangaroo?
Yeah, yogurt coleslaw, pardon?
What have you done with it? You roasted it?
Well, it came hopping from Australia. We caught it in India halfway through.
Yeah, we're going to get so much trouble for these comments, you know that.
Oh, sorry.
Go on.
But anyway, the thing is that it's great. It's a lovely meat. It's also quite, you know, it's low on fat and everything else.
A bit like venison, sort of thing, quite
lean. It is like venison, almost, very lean. So if you marinate it gently, and then just quick cooking on a grill, in a roll with a half yogurt, half mayonnaise-based coleslaw.
Nice, pretty good then. OK,
and,
go on.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the top sellers. And then we have scallops in pastry.
Nice.
With cheese and chili filling.
Yeah.
And that is baked in the oven.
Perfect. I tried that dish, no? I was the experimenter for
You were the experiment, yeah. I remember that now.
I never gave you any feedback, but, you know, you can't have everything, Cyrus.
I can't have everything. I'll call it Indian anyway.
What's the reaction been to kangaroo?
What's the reaction been to kangaroo, Russell wants to know? Fabulous.
Lots of tweets are voting it the dish of the show, so it's great.
Dish of the show, right. So in there you've got your
So I've got
sugar.
my butter in there, the sugar.
Perfect, OK, brilliant.
And the syrup's gone in as well.
Yeah, and then you had it in the hot water, so it sort of loosened it a bit.
Yes, because it's sticky.
Easier.
I mean, it's so sticky, so it's best I put it in some hot water so it becomes nice and soft.
And then in here, the spices you've got in the pastry were, again, it was the clove
in the pastry,
and the
there was
anise.
Cloves and star anise.
Yeah.
And in here, of course, I'm going to put some cinnamon in there. That's what happens even before the
and
omelette
what's
starts.
this, so you were, I mean, I'm always saying to you, much as I love Indian food, there's so many spices involved and stuff, but you've just written this book now that's just 10 spices for the whole book, isn't it?
10 spices, 120 recipes.
Well, you know, that's
Nightmare.
part of the course of doing the book, Cyrus. You
Yes,
can't
it
be
is,
moaning
it is.
about that, you know.
I did not realize it would be such a challenge for me.
And was it a challenge, what, to cut spices out the whole time?
Well, because you are tempted, because you know the food, you're tempted to add this or that or that.
Yeah.
And then, very tough publisher, she kept me on the straight and narrow, said, don't you dare, somebody, I don't want anyone suing me because Mr. Todiwala thinks that India should go into everything.
Yes, exactly, I'm saying nothing. In the oven, what, 30 minutes or something?
Yes, ma'am.
OK, yes, sir, exactly, perfect.
Cyrus, do you find that by limiting the number of ingredients, by limiting the number of spices, it actually makes you more creative?
It does actually. And not only that, I mean, Britain is exploding with flavors, as we know. We got everything here. The important thing is for a person who understands what he's doing to be controlled. Yeah. It's like yanking half a handbrake on and then saying, now you go create. And it came out of, I mean, the number of classes I do and people watching programs like ours here. And then they ask questions. I said, I don't want to buy 25 spices. I want to keep 5, 6, 7, 8. What do I do?
And how long do you keep your spices for? Because I've got, I mean...
Great question.
I've got years. If I'm really honest, I've got spices for about 5 or 6 years. And I go, oh, they'll be all right. And I was just sticking them in the back of the cupboard.
Well, I mean, they do start to
I'm trying to sell them to you every Friday, but you just won't take them off me and I bring them in.
You can bring them in if you like.
OK, I'll
take them off you.
So how long would you normally keep them? How should you keep them?
Well, actually, people do get scared because everything has a sell-by date.
Yeah.
But if you did actually put them in your refrigerator and put them in the chiller tray, they'll last you for ages.
Really?
Because once they're exposed, when they're exposed, they tend to go off because they don't like sunlight, they don't like light.
Yeah, of course.
But when you keep it in a controlled atmosphere like a refrigerator, they tend to stay much better and longer.
Nice.
And they keep very well.
Yeah, OK, next thing, yeah. So we've poured our pecan mix into there. It looks delicious.
Looking good, as it is.
And now, am I allowed to help?
Of course, please.
OK. And
I'm clumsy, you can help.
No. And who's this recipe from? Is this one, because you're a bit like me, you're inspired by your grandmother and your mother and stuff, you know, is this one of her recipes?
This particular recipe is not for the mother or the grandmother, it's for the boss of my house.
The boss, oh, that's the missus, no?
The boss, yes.
OK,
And it's the only recipe I've ever done that she makes at home.
Really? That doesn't say a lot about you, Cyrus.
No,
I sort of
rubbish.
hate to sort of...
She won't like my food either, so you know.
Really? I love your wife, though. She keeps you on the straight and narrow.
Absolutely.
You know?
Anything I do, this one could be better this way.
Oh, my God. She sounds like my mother. Yeah. I'll tell you a great story about my mother. So I do that. I took this amazing, this torta home. We make this, like, potato cake the other week. And I said, what do you think, Mum? And the rest of my family had eaten it, going, oh, delicious, Angela, it's lovely, and all the rest. I take it to my mum. She went, could have been a bit thinner, couldn't it? A bit undercooked, it's not quite right, you know. And it's like, cheers, Mum.
But Mum's so great, because I know when I did my first book, actually, the first copy I kept reserved for Mum. Yeah. I thought Mum would be very proud her son's done a book.
Of course.
And all of that. And then I said, Mum, there's a recipe inside, because that's dedicated to you, because as a young boy, I was very fortunate. I learned a lot from Mum. Yeah. And she was great at making whole egg mayonnaise in a blender. Nice. And she was very lucky, of course, that she had a blender. Yeah. Because most people around us never had a blender. Of course. And, you were a posh Indian family then, weren't you, with your blender there? I gave her the book and I said, you know, look at the recipe. And she looked at the recipe and she said, how dare you insult me? So I said, what have I done? And she's saying, you know, I don't put Worcester sauce in my recipe. You destroyed my recipe. What will the world think of me? Cyrus. And that's Mum for you. That's it. So if anybody came to see the book, she said, my son's done a book, but don't look at that recipe. It's not mine. No, but it's, well, you know, I know exactly, you know, my mum's had a go at me about recipes. Shall we put a nice big chunk there like that? Wow, that's quite a hefty chunk. Then you're feeling quite hungry? Yeah, no. We can take some home. Beautiful. OK. And then we're serving it with this amazing vanilla ice cream. Fabulous. Lovely vanilla ice cream. Okay, as it should be. Perfect. OK. And that will keep for a good couple of days, yeah? Oh, this keeps, if you keep it in a nice tub. At home for a week, we keep it. Really? I can't believe it lasts for a week, though. No, surely. It doesn't, actually. No, come on. Right, so, Cyrus, as I put the ice cream, tell me again, tell our lovely viewers what this is. So what we have here is a beautiful spiced pecan pie with super vanilla ice cream. Beautiful. Very simple.
OK, beautiful. So if you need these recipes, they're all on our website, as always. So how are you feeling? Looking good, isn't this? This is up your street, Rod?
Yeah, this is up my street.
Good, OK.
Definitely.
It's very Welsh anyway.
Very Welsh, is it? How's that? Do explain that, Cyrus.
I'm not sure you...
Well, we got to look after our guests, don't we?
We have.
We have to handle them well.
This is very
no,
Welsh,
it's
this
good.
point.
But it's nice to do a dessert, I think. I like that.
First time for me on the programme, but I think it's because everybody expects you to do something with...
Yeah.
We've done spices, of course, but something that makes people think differently, I think, from my perspective.
And not so sweet, because you haven't got the sweet pastry, which is a good thing,
No, I love the shortcrust pastry,
Yeah.
because I think the marriage is good.
Yeah.
You've got enough sugar in the pie anyway.
Yeah, fantastic.
The shortcrust actually brings it out.
Yeah.
The spices are really subtle. They're not overpowering at all. It's like a really sophisticated flavour, isn't it?
This is the main thing about spices and food. People get scared.
Yeah.
But spices bring colour, aroma, texture,
Exactly.
flavour. Chili is the one that you want to watch when you put little less of
And
it.
coriander, but we won't go into that.
I love coriander.
You liking that?
Absolutely fine.
You're saying nothing, so silence is golden.
No, it's lovely.
I'm horrible at it.
Yeah, come on,
playing
come on,
down.
come
I
on.
am rubbish at it.
Yeah, so Cyrus, your time, I think, is you're about 24. Where are you on the leaderboard?
24.8, I think. There I go.
Oh, somewhere around
There,
here.
right.
There you
There,
go,
oh.
Cyrus. OK. And Russell, where are you?
Oh, God, don't ask.
You're down the bottom with me. There's nothing to be
okay.
ashamed about that, Russell. Do not feel ashamed.
Point out
okay?
while Russell's starting while you're chatting.
No, just
over
looking.
What's he doing?
He's cheating.
OK, all right. OK, I love it. All right, so let's put the clocks on the screen, please. Are you both ready? You know
Yes.
the challenge. Are we ready to go?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go! Oh, no eggs in the pan yet, I see. Oh, I think we might even have some decent omelettes for once. Oh, okay. You've gone for oil. Oh, a little technique. Oh, no butter. Oh, I don't know if that's against the rules, Mr. Todiwala, not
What
putting
then?
butter in. You know, well, you know,
I've used so much
oil.
butter in my cooking.
Yeah,
I'll
you know,
go easy.
Oh, you're going with a bit of cheese. I like that. I like that. Okay.
A bit of cheese.
Is that it? That's all I've got, cheese.
That's nice. That's
You look
good.
like somebody who's rushing, Russell.
Take your time. Yeah. He's going to make a decent omelette that you can eat. Wow. Okay. All right, Russell. Come on. Last few minutes.
Oh, my gas wasn't even on.
You know what? That may have been my fault because I was getting really hot there and I turned it down. OK, so as the judge, I'm going to take 20 seconds off your time because you're right, actually, to be fair. You've got to be honest here. But could you actually get it on the plate now? Let me give you the
where's my
plate.
plate?
Come on, Russell. That's it. Beautiful. Get rid of the eggs.
Thank you.
OK, and let's go with that. Beautiful.
Is your producer going
tell you
to
what.
get that omelette on
Right,
the
come
plate?
on. Yeah, well...
This show is famous for sabotaging your pan, let me tell you that.
OK. All right, OK. Let's... You see, I'm going to even do it
Thank you very much.
Beautiful.
Hide my shame.
No, it's not shameful. Well, actually, you know what? The thing is,
So an omelette
guys,
without gas.
they actually look like omelettes for once, so I'm going to try it. I'm going to try a bit. That actually looks like an omelette.
And you can eat some. You know I love eggs.
You do love eggs. I tell you what, they both look
colour.
like omelettes, yeah.
I think his omelette challenges look good, though. Doing it without any heat is quite impressive.
You know what? That is delicious. All right,
that's a challenge.
scores on the doors. Let's go for the time. So... OK.
Angela, I'll get my coat.
OK. So 1 minute, 2 seconds. OK, that's for you, Russell.
for me.
OK, which
Is that
isn't
with the
bad. I
deduction?
think that's with the time taken off.
Oh,
so you
God.
would have been 1 minute, 22 seconds.
Okay.
But you shouldn't be ashamed of that, Russell. I don't think it's a nice omelette. No, it is. Come on, come on. Right, Mr. Todiwala,
70 seconds.
what did you think you did?
70.
70. You did 42.6 seconds. Not
Not bad. Not bad.
OK. OK, right, so we've got Cyrus. I don't know, I mean... Oh, my God.
I'd stay there. I've done
Honestly,
worse today.
boys, you've both failed me, and I was ready to knock all of this lot off.
We could do that
honestly.
anyway. We can have a
we could
reverse
just,
egg challenge.
yeah. They're not supposed to go up there, but we're going to put them up there anyway, you know. But anyway, well done, guys. You did a brilliant thing. Well done. So, Rod...